115 of Canadian Mortgage Weekly. I'm here to talk about some of the biggest events of 2022 that have happened in the mortgage marketplace. It's been a crazy year, and anything that I can say about this year, it's been that prices have gone wildly high in February. They've crashed in August, and they just keep going up and down. Mortgage rates, they've gone sky high. It's been a crazy year for mortgage brokers, seeing all these events unwrap and unfold in what I've been up to, and seeing all my clients go through this. So I wanted to just reflect over those for a minute before I go into all the different items that I want to talk about today on Canadian Mortgage Weekly. So we're talking about all the different things today on this episode. One being house prices. They went crazy in February. Without a doubt, that was the peak in 2022 for house prices. All across Canada, house prices peaked, and it was a great year and great time to buy if you were looking for a great interest rate, because if you had an interest rate, you would have gotten a fixed under 2%. You would have gotten a variable way under 2%. And there were mortgages that you could lock in for under 2% at that time. So that was crazy. It was a really, really different time. And then as rates started to go up quite considerably this year, it put a lot of pressure on the market, and it really brought a lot of the home prices and home values down, because people were just not able to afford those prices any longer. So what I'm seeing now in the mortgage marketplace is that, there are a lot of people that want to buy a house but can't, because interest rates have just gone too high, and the payments are either too high or they don't qualify for very much. So that's been a concern for a lot of people. And if they go to refinance, they really can't because the payments are too high. So it's been a crazy, crazy time in the mortgage marketplace, because it's really put a lot of pauses on people's plans and what people have been wanting to do with their equity or, say, their house plans. So I feel like there's a certain point in which all this pent-up demand that we're holding back at this time will just shift around, and there will be a lot more activity in the market. So until then, we're in this time when interest rates are going up. We have our next Bank of Canada rate announcement coming up in January. So we have that to look forward to. And house prices since August have been going back up, very, very small amounts, 0.44%, 0.65%, and then there was a 1.5% increase there as well. I believe that was October, but then they went back down 2% in November. So we'll see what happens forward. But regardless, let's go into this presentation today. I have some really good data to present with you all. So let's go into this. First of all, we're going to take a look at the average monthly mortgage payment for a fixed rate mortgage. This is a new slide I'm adding for the podcast. And for a $350,000 mortgage, we have a monthly fixed rate payment of $2,034. So that is a current average fixed rate payment that you'd be paying on a 25-year amortization. That would be, say, if you're purchasing a house and you're putting less than 20% down, that would be the max amortization that you could get on a kind of mortgage like that. And then $650,000 mortgage, this is at a 30-year amortization. That's why it's red. It's a little bit different. And the monthly fixed rate payment there is $3,566.60. We have the 5-year bond yield right now. It was going down, which had a lot of mortgage companies bring their rates down in response to that. But since this bond yield has gone back up. I haven't seen any more banks lower rates at this time. So that's just where we're at. We have some banks that are keeping the lower rates, but I'm not sure it's going to last because the bond yield has been going back up quite considerably just this last week, as we can see here with the bond yield going back up there. The Canadian inflation rate as well is coming down very slightly to 6.8%. This is a little bit lower than the last figures that have been coming out since June of 2022. June, we peaked at 8.1%, and it's gone down quite considerably since then. Still at an all-time high, though. 6.8% is quite a lot of inflation, and I'm hoping that this comes down quicker rather than slower because Tiff Macklin has indicated that he plans to make sure that he brings inflation to 2%, and he's going to do that through raising interest rates. So we'll see what happens with interest rates in January. I'll talk about our next rate announcement. Inflation rate in the United States is at 7.1%. The CDOR rate is currently at 4.88%, and that's as of today. The variance to prime is 1.57%. So we have it flatlining just slightly there the last few weeks. Then we have the prime rate. It's at 6.45%. This source is ycharts.com. Next Bank of Canada rate announcement there will be on January 25th of 2023. Join me here as I go through a live announcement and pre-rate show on that day. And the last rate announcement, we had an increase of 50 basis points, and the current Bank of Canada overnight rate sits at 4.25%. That is 4% higher than where it was just at the end of last year. So quite a big jump. National average house price, it did go down 2% as of November 2022. That does bring the average national house price down slightly to $632,802. So that's what's happening this week in terms of mortgages with regards to the data out there and what we're seeing. As always, if you need any mortgage advice, please book an appointment with me through the video link description below. There's a spot there where you can actually go into my calendar and book an appointment. We can book it over Zoom, text, phone call. If you live in Aurelia, Barrie, or surrounding area, we can definitely meet in person as well and get started on your mortgage today. Looking forward to helping anyone out there that has any questions, or if you have any suggestions on what we can talk about on our podcasts, leave a comment below. And for those who do watch, thanks for watching for 2022. It's been a great year to be able to put out these episodes. And we're on episode 115 as of today, just talking about the crazy events that have happened over the 2022. And that's that house prices have gone up. Peaked in February, they crashed in August. They're kind of wavering right now. We did see interest rates go up quite considerably in 2022. We saw actually also the government re-review the stress test in December. The results to that were that there were no changes made. However, that's something that did happen in December, was that the government did review the stress test for mortgages and decided that they will keep the stress test on. So we'll see what happens going forward. Inflation also peaked this year in June. So we'll see what's going to happen going into 2023. I'm interested to hear any of my viewers, if you are thinking, our house price is going to spike again in 2023, let me know in the comments below. Do you think interest rates will keep going up in 2023? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what all you guys are saying. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great day.